There's one question that can predict your YouTube success, and the answer is brutally simple. How are you spending your time? Open your calendar or diary right now. If you don't track your time, start today, because flying blind is the fastest route to failure. Look at your schedule. What do you spend most of your day doing? Are you working on your YouTube business? Researching content ideas? Filming? Editing? Learning how to improve? Or are you letting distractions pull you away? Are you scrolling social media, binge watching Netflix, or playing Candy Crush? Yes, I know it's an old school reference, but stick with me. If you're allowing distractions to dominate your time, here's the harsh truth. You're not building a business. You're dabbling in a hobby, and hobbies don't grow into sustainable incomes. Let's be real. If you're not putting in the consistent effort, your channel won't grow. You'll get frustrated when you don't see results, and that frustration will lead to even less effort. Eventually, you'll stop altogether. Your channel will join the graveyard of abandoned YouTube accounts, a few videos uploaded months ago, forgotten and buried under millions of others. It's a harsh reality, but it's one you need to face now. The difference between success and failure on YouTube, or in any business, is focus. And here's the kicker. You're already focused. The question is, on what? If you spend most of your time gaming, you'll master gaming, not YouTube. If you're endlessly scrolling social media, guess what you'll excel at? Social media consumption, not content creation. You become what you spend your time on. And if distractions are stealing your time, they're also stealing your dreams. I've learned this lesson the hard way more than once. I've had big dreams for as long as I can remember. As a kid, I was fascinated by filmmaking and special effects. I dreamt of building models for movies and creating futuristic worlds. After high school, I got a job making architectural models. It wasn't exactly Hollywood, but it felt like a step in the right direction. Except I got distracted. Nights out, time with friends and hobbies slowly pulled me away. And before I knew it, those dreams were just distant memories. Years later, I reignited that passion by going to film school. For a while, I was laser focused, learning everything I could and immersing myself in the craft. But guess what? Distractions crept in again. I justified endless hours of watching movies as research instead of putting in the hard work to build my skills and portfolio. When I graduated, I got lucky and landed a teaching job at the school where I had been a student. It felt like a win. Steady income, a foot in the door, and the chance to reinforce what I'd learned. But comfort can be the enemy of progress. I stayed too long, and my dream of becoming a filmmaker drifted further away. Then, life happened. I met someone, we started a family, I settled into a career as a video editor, and I told myself I was being responsible, providing for my family. But deep down, I knew I was settling. I'd let distractions and fear pull me away from what I really wanted. Over the years, I tried to pursue other creative endeavors. I dabbled in selling motion graphic templates and had some early success. But distractions struck again, this time in the form of hobbies and the demands of balancing work and family. Every time I allowed myself to get distracted, I moved further away from my dreams. I was filling the void with temporary pleasures, avoiding the hard work and focus needed to create something lasting. When my job ended last year, I hit rock bottom. My marriage ended shortly after, and I found myself living with my parents with nothing but an old laptop and a handful of clothes. For the first time in years, I had no distractions, no house to manage, no belongings to organise, just time. And in those first few weeks, I was more productive than I had ever been in years. I started this channel, focused entirely on building something from scratch. And for a while, I thrived. But then the frustration set in. I didn't have my usual equipment or tools, and instead of pushing through, I let distractions creep back in. Here's the thing I've realized. Distractions often stem from fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of putting everything into a dream and coming up short. When I bought board games and spent hours organizing components, I wasn't just avoiding my work. I was avoiding my fears. It was easier to lose myself in a hobby than to face the possibility that I might fail at building this business. But here's the truth I finally had to accept. Success requires risk. It requires focus, and it requires putting your dreams ahead of your distractions. When I looked back on those first few weeks, when I had nothing but time and focus, I realized something profound. When distractions are removed, you can achieve extraordinary things. If you want your YouTube channel to succeed, it has to be your priority. Not your side hustle, not something you fit in when you feel like it, but your primary focus. This doesn't mean working 18-hour days or sacrificing every other part of your life. It just means being intentional with your time, setting clear priorities and eliminating distractions that don't serve your goals. Because here's the hard truth. YouTube requires daily commitment. It requires showing up even when it's hard, even when you're scared, even when you're not seeing immediate results. So, how can you tell if your channel will succeed in 2025? Look at your day. Look at your time. Are you investing it in your channel, or are you letting distractions steal it away? If your channel is your focus, it will grow. Slowly at first, perhaps, but it will grow. And when it does, you'll look back on those moments of focus and thank yourself for the commitment you made. So, ask yourself, what's more important? Short-term distractions or long-term success? Remember, you have what it takes to build something incredible, but only if you commit. Let's make 2025 your year.